You might believe love is easy to spot. The steady stream of texts, the warmth, the focus, the way she clears time for you. But here's the truth. The most profound kind of love rarely looks like what most men expect. Some of the strongest signs are actually puzzling, and one of them can even seem like she's distancing herself from you. Yet that very behavior might be the clearest proof that she's fallen for you harder than for anyone else. Most men completely miss how women truly express deep emotional attachment. Relationship studies show that a significant number of men misinterpret the strongest signals of female connection. That means there are men out there right now convinced a woman is losing interest, when in fact she's growing more emotionally attached every day. I'm not talking about casual attraction or short-term excitement. Genuine. This is the kind of love that reshapes how a woman thinks, reacts, and emotionally navigates her world. And once you recognize these signs, you stop mistaking deep love for distance. The first sign is when she lets you see the unpolished, unimpressive sides of herself. She stops trying to look perfect around you. You see her exhausted, emotional, frustrated, stressed, wearing old clothes with no effort to hide who she really is. Most men assume this just means she's comfortable, but something much deeper is going on underneath. Notice what she openly shares and what she avoids mentioning. A woman who's deeply in love will reveal her flaws and vulnerable moments, yet she grows strangely quiet about other men. She won't keep talking about people flirting with her. She won't casually bring up exes or make you feel like you're competing for her focus. It's almost as if the other options around her slowly fade from view. Psychologists call this selective emotional attention. When a woman is deeply attached, her mind naturally prioritizes the person she loves while tuning out alternatives. And ironically, many men misunderstand this silence. They think she's hiding something, when often it's the exact opposite. Her lack of interest in other men may actually be one of the strongest signs that her heart is fully yours. The second sign is something you might never directly witness. She defends your reputation when you're not there. This is one of the most powerful indicators of real love because it happens in private conversations you'll probably never hear. When a woman truly loves a man, she instinctively stands up for him in front of friends, co-workers, or family. If someone criticizes you unfairly, she speaks up. If people question your intentions or disrespect you, she doesn't stay quiet. What makes this even more meaningful is that she may still defend you even when she's upset with you personally. That doesn't mean she thinks you're perfect. It means your worth matters deeply to her. Your reputation becomes emotionally tied to the relationship itself. In her mind, protecting you also means protecting what you share together. You can often notice this indirectly. Watch how people around her talk about you when she's present. If they seem more respectful or careful with their words around her, it's usually because she's already made it clear that disrespect toward you won't be tolerated. A deeply loving woman fights quiet battles for you that you may never know existed. And when that protection vanishes completely, it often means her emotional attachment is fading too. The third sign is that she remembers details you forgot long ago and quietly turns them into meaningful actions. You mention something small just once, maybe a childhood snack you loved, a random memory, a favorite song, or something you once wanted to do. Weeks later, she brings it back into your life as if it always mattered. To you, it might have seemed trivial, but to her, anything connected to you becomes emotionally valuable. That's because deep attachment changes how memory works. People remember things more vividly when emotions are involved, and a woman in love pays attention to details most people overlook. But what makes this powerful isn't just her memory, it's how she uses it. She turns small observations into comfort, surprises, thoughtful gifts, and emotional connection. She studies the little things that make you feel understood, and most men completely miss this. They notice the gift, but not that she remembered a sentence they casually said months ago. That level of attention doesn't come from surface attraction. It comes from emotional investment so deep that even your smallest words stay alive in her mind long after the conversation ends. You briefly mention a problem at work one afternoon, and weeks later she suddenly asks if things got better with your boss. You talk once about something you dreamed of doing as a kid, and later you realize she's quietly looked into it behind the scenes. Most men don't grasp how important this really is. When a woman is deeply in love, her mind naturally places your life at the center of her emotional focus. There's real psychology behind this. Her brain starts treating information linked to the person she loves as highly important. She isn't forcing herself to remember these things. They stick with her automatically because you've become emotionally significant in her inner world. But it goes even deeper than memory. She's slowly learning who you are beneath the surface. She notices your habits, your reactions, what stresses you, what drives you, the insecurities you try to hide, and the dreams you rarely speak about. All of it gets stored away. Why? Because real love creates a desire to understand someone completely. She wants to know how to support you before you even ask for help. She wants to grasp your emotions, sometimes better than you do yourself. And yes, this can feel intense at times. During arguments, she may suddenly bring up something you said months ago. She remembers patterns you didn't even know existed. She connects situations in ways that surprise you. A lot of men think this is manipulation, but often it's the opposite. It's proof she's been paying attention all along. People who don't care don't study your words. They don't remember tiny emotional details. But someone deeply attached to you absorbs everything because you matter deeply to them. If she remembers even the uncomfortable parts of your life, it usually means you occupy a permanent space in her mind. Now here's the sign that confuses almost every man, the one often mistaken for emotional distance. She becomes comfortable being silent with you. Not cold or disconnected silence, peaceful silence, the kind where neither of you feels pressure to constantly entertain the other. She can sit beside you quietly, scroll through her phone, read, relax, or simply exist near you without needing non-stop conversation. Most men panic when this happens. They assume the excitement is fading. But real emotional intimacy often looks calm, not dramatic. When a woman feels emotionally safe with you, silence stops feeling awkward. Your presence alone becomes enough. But if you really want to understand how deeply she's fallen for you, pay attention to the next sign, because this happens almost unconsciously. She starts building her future with you in mind without even realizing she's doing it. She begins making decisions while naturally factoring you into them. When she looks at opportunities, your location matters. When she plans trips or events, she checks your availability automatically. Even choices about work, lifestyle, or long-term goals slowly start including you. This doesn't mean she's losing herself. It means emotionally, she's beginning to see the two of you as connected rather than separate. Now let's talk about something most people misunderstand completely: conflict. A lot of men think arguments mean the relationship is falling apart. But when a woman truly loves you, the way she handles conflict changes in a very noticeable way. She stops fighting just to be right. She fights because she wants resolution. Even when she's hurt, her goal becomes fixing the connection instead of destroying it. She raises problems because she wants the relationship to survive, not because she wants to humiliate you. And this is important. Sometimes she stays calmer than expected during serious disagreements, not because she doesn't care, but because losing the relationship scares her more than winning the argument. That emotional shift changes everything. And finally, the last sign. Your happiness starts affecting her like it's her own. When something good happens to you, she feels genuinely excited. Your victories make her proud. Your progress makes her emotional. If you accomplish something important, she celebrates it with real joy because your happiness becomes emotionally tied to hers. And when life hurts you, she feels that too. Your stress affects her mood. Your disappointments weigh on her emotionally because she's no longer experiencing life as just hers in her heart. Your worlds have become connected. So if you're seeing these signs in a woman, don't ignore them or misinterpret them. A woman who shows you her imperfect side, protects you when you're absent, remembers small details about your life, feels peaceful in silence with you, quietly includes you in her future, fights to repair instead of destroy, and celebrates your happiness like it belongs to her. That's not surface level attraction. That's deep emotional love. And most people go their entire lives without truly experiencing it. At the end of the day, deep love is rarely loud or obvious. It's not just about romantic words, constant attention, or dramatic gestures. Sometimes the strongest signs appear in the quietest moments, in the way she remembers small details, protects your name when you're not around, sits peacefully beside you in silence, and slowly builds her future with you in mind without even realizing it. A woman who truly loves you doesn't just want your attention. She wants your peace, your growth, your happiness, and your presence in her life long term. She begins to experience your victories as her own, and your pain as something she feels too. That kind of connection goes far beyond attraction. It becomes emotional loyalty, deep attachment, and genuine partnership. And the biggest mistake most men make is misreading these behaviors. They confuse comfort with boredom, silence with distance, and emotional investment with control. But once you understand these signs, you stop looking only at what she says and start paying attention to how deeply she shows up in your life. Because when a woman is truly deeply in love with you, it changes the way she thinks, feels, remembers, protects, and connects. And if you're lucky enough to experience that kind of love, don't take it lightly. Very few people ever find something that. Thanks for watching. If this speech helped you understand women better, then like the video, subscribe for more powerful relationship advice, and drop a comment below telling me which sign you've noticed the most. Any changes you want? Just tell me. I'll make it for you.